So welcome to Thread Thursdays. I'm just gonna get into it. So today is about network weaving and rational ecosystem alignment. A lot of you people probably hearing the word ecosystem a lot. It probably pops up in your AI where you're coming up with a lot of ideas. This is for you type folks who have a ecosystem. So this is a complete solo operational framework for Thread Thursday. We're streaming live on the Ariel Judah Worldwide Network via the Zoom Intercept feed in tandem with the Spirit of the Game Foundation and the World of Ability Network. So today we open the gates back up and shift our focus, outward. So Thread Thursday is about the art and the science of network weaving. So we stop viewing people through the transactional lens of a traditional sales funnel, and instead we use structural logic to organize our relationships. So if you want to scale a social equity startup or run a massive humanitarian operation, you don't look outside for solutions. You look for the answer within your community directly, and you leverage your internal tools to put some cold reason into those human relationships. So we're going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about the relational engine. So it's about embracing your ecosystem, kill the transactional thinking, and embrace the drive to connect. We're going to go over rational alignment, mapping the network market, structure your network market, and build contextual referral engines. That's not just for people with a pyramid scheme. That's also for people who have a normal business. So if you're a regular agent, if you're a realtor, if you're, a mortgage sales guy, whatever you are, if you're a humanitarian that's out there, giving out food in the community, if you are, a painter, anybody, you have to know who your market is. You have to know how many volunteers do I need, or how many, people do I need to refer this product so we can get in that, how many people are directly aligned with what I offer or value, who are going to, tell the masses. And then the last thing is the tactical activation. So the outreach command, issue the execution parameter, and open the doors for future trust. All right, so part one, the relational engine and the drive to connect. So welcome to Thread Thursday, streaming live. Let's change your perspective on networking right now. Most founders fail to build a movement because they approach people with a transactional, short sighted mindset. They look at their inbox and they ask defensive questions. Why do these people always reach out to me? How do I make time for all these people? Or worse, how do I make money off this person? Kill that noise immediately. So we're dropping our defenses and stepping into our role as network weavers. So I don't care if your natural personality leans antisocial or if you're quiet, in the quiet space. As a founder or an entrepreneur, you must develop an unshakable internal drive to meet people. You have to meet people no matter who they are, where they come from, or what the immediate conversation is about. Every single human interaction is raw data. So we do not dodge people who are selling aligned services, and we don't freeze out people in adjacent or surrounding industries just because they look like competition. In the world of social equity and real humanitarian impact, competition is a myth. We embrace the surrounding industries. We align with them. We learn from their friction. We weave their capabilities into our own, and we look for the answers to our biggest problems directly within our community instead of looking for external saviors. So the next part we're going to go over is the rational alignment and the contextual referral market. So being a people person is not enough on its own. If you love talking to people without a system, you're just collecting business cards. Our framework is about putting reason to relationships. We use structural logic to map out our human network and create our own private network market. Think of your network like a dynamic chessboard. Your job is to understand the exact capabilities, assets, and bottlenecks of every person you meet. When you organize that data inside your tracking systems, you stop guessing and you start weaving. This allows you to create highly tailored, contextual referrals based entirely on the immediate situation. When a startup founder comes to you with a massive logistical crisis, you don't look outside, you look directly into your ecosystem. You connect with spoke A to spoke B. You route an operational roadblock over to a partner who can solve it by hand. You become the central infrastructure that facilities trust, traffic, and value between overlapping industries. By engineering your own referral market, you elevate your personal authority, bolster your project management agreements, and make the entire community self-sustaining. So the third part is the tactical activation and command. So bring the delivery down, kind of we're gonna get a little bit more grounded here. We're gonna take our time. So the baseline is clear. So stop hiding behind your desk. Like stop filtering out people who look like competitors and start weaving the fabric of your ecosystem. The answers you're looking for are sitting right inside the room with you. So here's your Thread Thursday command. Open your communications tracker or your phone contacts right now. Identify 3 people in adjacent fields, surrounding industries, or even direct competitive spaces. Maybe a competitor or just somebody on LinkedIn who's been sitting in your inbox who's just like, I think you're a good fit, blah 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 blah. Maybe you are. Maybe you message them back. Reach out to them with zero transactional agenda. Ask them what they're building. Map out their current capabilities and look for a way to align their strengths with someone else already inside your circle. Build the network market by hand today. So tomorrow is Fun Friday, where we step up to the mic for our weekly wrap up, celebrate the ground we conquered, clear the remaining desk baggage, and enforce a hard log off so we can protect our long term stamina. Before we cut the feed today, if you're a high performing founder, a leader running a social equity startup, or a humanitarian operator out in the field doing real work on the ground, we want to hear your story. So make sure, hey, give me a call. Call me at my number. Send me a text, 615-821-9662. If you want to be on a podcast about building trust and locking arms and building vetted relationships via the Trusted Trade Hub, we have the Building Trust podcast with myself, Aaron Schroer, and Tim Rosignol. So you can literally call me. Call me on my cell, 615-821-9662. And so remember the house law. What's fun gets done. Go connect with your people, weave the network, and let's execute.